What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Carlos Baerga Show on the Big Play Network, presented by FanDuel with me, Gab Gowdy, and Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga. APJ's still on vacation, but Carlos, who do you have for us today?
How you doing, Gabi? Happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
you. God bless you. All the best. I see you all over the news. You in Detroit. You follow the team to Kansas City. You go everywhere. I love that. I love my teammate. She's doing a great job following our team and bringing wins. That's the key right there. That's good. That's good. Today I had the opportunity to have Al Pawlowski with us. He's one of the voices, one of the faces from our announcers in Cleveland, the TV. How you doing, Al?
Hey, good, Carlos. Hey, Gab. Great to be along with you guys.
Thanks.
Wow, awesome. First of all, you have to be happy the way we're playing. I am excited. It's been a great 10 wins out of the last 11. Our team are playing unbelievable. How you feel about it?
Yeah, they're playing their best baseball right now in September, which is when you want to be playing your best baseball, getting ready for October, playing important games down the stretch. Obviously, still not there quite yet, but I'll tell you what, you look at all the teams that are in it right now, and Detroit is really struggling. They still might have built too big of a lead to be caught, but we're definitely on the radar now, which Cleveland wasn't just a couple, 3 weeks ago as far as the Central goes. Boston has not been playing great baseball. Texas is starting to come back down to earth a little bit. The Yankees haven't been playing great baseball, but Seattle's been playing incredible. Finally lost last night to Kansas City. Texas has been playing very good baseball. They finally are coming down to earth a little bit. So it's going to be exciting down the stretch. It's always fun when you're in it, and the Guardians are always in it. They have been since 2013 and Terry Francona, and when you're in it every single year, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
So what has the energy around the team been like over the last week? Do you see like an energy shift from when they were like in that 10-game losing streak to now, or what are you like seeing the vibes of the team?
Yeah, I think they're they now feel they have a chance. When they were in that losing streak, you always feel like you can come out of it. You're just an at bat away. You're just a great pitch away. And Cleveland was ultimately. They got out of that. Now they've won 10 out of 11. They're playing as good a baseball as anybody right now in MLB. So I think they can feel that. They know they've got a shot. They know that if they get to October, they've got fantastic pitching. Yeah, the offense is still Juan Ramirez, and you hope some other guys like Bo Naylor who are coming around continue to come around, and Brian Rocchio, who's had a great second half. You hope that sort of thing continues. But at the end of the day, if you can pitch like these guys are pitching right now, you can win in October.
That's what I always say. Pitching, stop hitting. You got to remember what happened to 1995. It happened to us. I know that. And this
that in a huge strike zone for Tom Glavine. That's what stopped you in 95.
I know. It was hard. Man, we are the best, the second best team in Major League Baseball. Just the Milwaukee Brewers had a better record. Milwaukee 43-19. We are 40-25 and 23 since July 3rd. This is amazing. After we lost those 10 games, we've been unbelievable. But it's been, I think, I have to give credit to Cantillo. Wow.
Yep.
The way he's been keeping us in the game has been amazing. Guy like Gavin Williams, in the last 4 games, 25 innings, 18 hits, 4 runs, 9 walks. He cut down the walks. That's the biggest thing me and Gavin say. Mm-hmm. The walks, if he cut down the walks, we're going to win. 26 strikeout, 1.44 ERA. He's been a man. I say, a lot of people say, Carlos, are you crazy? I say he's going to be our best pitcher. I've been saying that for the last 3 years. He's going to be our best pitcher, and now we've seen what he have. Even tough, he had a tough time yesterday with the fastball, but he went through the breaking ball. So that's showing him maturing there. I don't know if you see him all.
I agree 100%. I mean, the maturation of Gavin Williams this year has been a big reason why he's been able to be so effective. That, and for the most part, his command has improved. Yeah, last night, didn't quite, as you pointed out, didn't quite have it with the fastball necessarily, but that breaking ball has really improved. And he's got 4+ pitches too, Carlos. And as a hitter, if you've got a guy on the hill that's got 4+ pitches that is willing to throw that in any count, that puts a lot on your plate as a hitter. What do you sit on? If you're looking for the breaking stuff and he comes hard, it's definitely difficult you're not going to catch up to it, especially with 2 strikes. If you're looking for the fastball, he can have you out in front with the other stuff. So I think the way he can mix his pitches, he's taken a big step forward. And I think the way Tanner Bibee has pitched lately too, now you see a good, healthy competition between those two guys. Tanner sees Gavin go out and win. Tanner goes out and throws, a couple of weeks ago, he threw that complete game shutout. Those two guys are both potential true aces. So to see them together, I think they truly feed off one another.
So those two have definitely contributed to the bounce back that you've seen from the Cleveland Guardians. And obviously this season has had many ups and downs. What do you think has contributed to this bounce back that we've recently experienced?
The consistency in the pitching, and what's turned out to be a brilliant move too is going to the 6-man rotation. So you got that extra roster spot for a pitcher in September. And yeah, Cleveland used it on a starter. Yes. So now you get to rest guys just, an extra day. So they're a little bit fresher here down the stretch. And I think it helps the bullpen too, because now you're a little more apt to let these guys maybe go, an extra 10 or 15 pitches, which could be an extra inning or an inning plus. So to me, I think the starting rotation stabilizing. I think the bullpen, everybody understanding their roles. Yeah. That's what's done it. But go to the 6-man rotation. I mean, man, this has really worked out well for Cleveland.
I've been saying, and Gavin been saying, and even PJ, that he's not with us today. He's in a vacation in Aruba. Oh my God, he's in the beach.
Oh, nice.
I know. I'm so
place
jealous.
To be.
You look like you are in the beach, or you are somebody. You are in Cleveland. Are you in Cleveland?
I'm in Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, you like to? I like to. I like to get outdoors when I can. And September in Cleveland. This is why you shouldn't be in Aruba in September, because September in Cleveland is like San Diego 12 months. I mean, you can't beat this.
I know, this is nice. This is nice. But you know what? Let's bring
What's
up.
that?
No, but this is awesome. Awesome. I love it. Let's bring up. We have an interview that we have last night from the press conference from Steven Buck. Let's listen to this.
Through that. Yeah, I thought, obviously the foul balls, they got his pitch count up, but also he didn't have his sharpest stuff today. And so to be able to navigate through 5, especially 50-something pitches through 2, it was really impressive for Gav, kept keeping him off the scoreboard. And again, we just continue to see the growth in Gavin, even on a night where, he was not sharp tonight, but he did a great job.
At one point, I think he threw more curveballs than any other pitch. What does that just say as you talk about his maturity, being able to find something?
Yeah, I thought the four-seam fastball was not there tonight, and so Bo did a nice job going to the sinker and sweeper versus the lefties. And but yeah, I mean, we're seeing it with Gav time in and time out now. It's, no matter what he's got, he's going out and competing and giving us a chance.
When you got to manage like that in a close game, and your bullpen's already been used a lot, just how did you navigate through it, and how do you think the guys worked through it?
They did outstanding. Again, our bullpen continues to just dominate, and a few walks tonight we gave them, but really didn't get hit by the bullpen. And so these guys have been working really hard these last couple of weeks. They're running hot. So for them to step up and put up a 0 today all the way across the board, it was a lot of fun to watch.
How big is Bo been for the middle of your order this month?
He's been huge. Bo, like we talked about, Bo made he's made a number of adjustments over the year, but really gotten himself to a place now where it feels like this is Bo, and he's been getting huge hit after huge hit. I mean, that knock in the 9th gave us a little more cushion, gave a little more breathing room, kind of took the air out of the place. So Bo's been catching well, hitting well. It's been a lot of fun.
Guys, I think we got to talk about Bo Naylor.
Oh my God, he's been huge for us. He's been stepping up when we need it. This is the time that we need it. He's been unbelievable. He's been hitting in the last 5 games, 8 for 22, 3 doubles, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. So it's been a clutch guy when we need it, but he haven't been consistent. I think this is the best time that he's having this year. We need it. We need it right now. I don't care what he did before. Help me now. And I always say, I want the catcher for me as a manager. I want a catcher to control the pitching stuff. And he's doing a great job with that. He's been mature on that. And Sandy Alomar as a coach, he's been huge for that. He's very good. How important is him for this pitching stuff, my friend?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And you're seeing, somebody like Sandy. It's great you brought him up, and your former teammate there. He does so much for this team behind the scenes, working with the catchers, number one. And he's a great first base coach. I would say he's the best first base coach in Major League Baseball with the way that he knows the other pitchers. He's always talking to the guys on base. He's got the times, so he knows that if you can run on that guy or not. But his influence on Bo has been big. This is the best month. I'll go as far as to say this is Bo's best month, September here of 2025,
Yes.
by far that I've seen him have of any in Major League Baseball. We've seen glimpses of it. We've seen streaks for maybe a week or so here or there the last couple of years, but we haven't seen this sort of consistency at the plate or behind it. He's having a great month. Cleveland needs it. And Carlos, we've talked about this too. And Gab, the batting fifth, Cleveland needs a 5-hitter. They've been looking for a 5-hitter all season long. I think that at least here in this month, Bo Naylor's looking like he's answering that call.
Oh my God, it's been huge. Let me tell everybody what's going on with our pitching staffs since September 3rd. The last 14 games is first in inning, first in ERA 153, ground ball over play first 2, in win eight games. They hitting against them. We are number 2, 202. That's amazing. We stopping the hitting.
Yeah.
Our relievers first, they hitting the worst 182. 9 walks, the fewest. That's important. You remember when I don't like the relievers come in and they work the first batter, something happen all the time. Me and Rafa, we go, there we go again. No walks. Yeah. When you go stepping up. ERA 157 first, and we had the fewest home run. That's amazing. That is being amazing. K. Smith is doing a great job for us. He's been huge for our club in there. And I know a lot of people say when Clase went down, everybody, I tell me the truth, Al. What you say? How are we going to do it? And they've been stepping up. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah, and you bring up a fantastic point with Clase because he's the best closer in the world the last couple of years. I mean, I think you talk to anybody around the game, I know you do, they'll tell you there's a lot of other great closers in the game, but he was the most devastating when he could come in with his stuff and the command and control of his stuff. That's what made him so devastating. But when you lose a guy like that, even though you've got a Cade Smith waiting in the wings, and Cade has a wealth of ability, that's a guy that you could use in the 7th or 8th inning. Gaddis is a guy 7th or 8th. So now a guy like Sabrowski, once he came back, as he's healthy now, he's a guy you could pitch in the 6th inning. Yes. So now with Clase leaving, so suddenly you've got to put Cade Smith in the 9th. Now Gaddis or Sabrowski have to pitch the 8th, or sometimes you'll see him in the 7th. So you need that one more guy to step up. Who will that be? Stephen Vogt and Carl Willis have done a nice job of using the other guys, in right matchup situations, whether it's Junis or whether it's Festa, whomever the other pitcher might be. But that goes to your point. When you lose a guy like Clase, it's like, man, I understand we got a great bullpen, but when you take away the best closer in the game, that's tough to replace. But right now, Cleveland, for the most part, has been able to accomplish that.
Yeah, this pitching staff has been pretty impressive, and we're going to continue on talking about them soon, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you guys. Today's featured interview is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows. Smart Choice Windows is the place to go when you need to upgrade your home. They have great deals and great financing with 0% for 24 months and no down payment option with monthly payments as low as $199. So if you're ready for a quieter, more energy-efficient window, head over to smartchoicewindows.com to schedule your free no-pressure estimate today. Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and today we're joined with Al Pawlowski. Now, guys, before we left, we were talking about the amazing rotation, the things that our starting pitching is doing, the things that the relievers are doing. But maybe we should talk about the bats a little bit.
The bats are coming alive, and I had to ask you this because, the whole year, the people say, how you guys are in there? You guys are last in hitting. Last we hit it with men on base. How you guys do it? Because they don't give you the runs. You have to touch first base to something happen. And it's being unbelievable. The last 20 games, we're hitting 342 with men in scoring position. That's really good. And we're doing it the last 2 days, 11 for 28, 5 extra bases, 10 RBIs. How important is this for the rest, the next few days?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just doing an interview yesterday about this very topic, how, Cleveland is last in Major League Baseball with batting average. They've been a little bit better here in September, obviously. But the one thing that I will say, it's been fairly true throughout the season, save for their 10-game losing streak, and when they lost 9 out of 10 in August wasn't the case. But this is a team that, even though they didn't get a ton of hits, they tended to come up with clutch hits or clutch home runs at the right moment. So it's hard to get over batting last. I understand that. But at the same time, if anybody could maximize their hits. I think Cleveland has maximized the hits that they got. Carlos, you brought up a great point. They've been batting better now with runners in scoring position. They certainly did it on Monday night, or rather Tuesday night, I beg your pardon, in game 1 of the series against Detroit. You're winning the whole game. Detroit comes back and ties it with 2 outs in the 9th inning with the Carpenter home run. But then in the 10th inning, you got a runner on second, nobody out, base hit, base hit, base hit. Suddenly you're up 7-3, and the Tigers really didn't have much of a chance to come back there in the 10th. So that's where I think that Cleveland has had this advantage. So they're hitting a little bit better in September. They're definitely hitting a little bit better with runners in scoring position. But when you need those big hits late, that's when Cleveland has been able to come up with those at different points this year to get to where they are, 9 games above 500, and right now in the thick of this playoff hunt.
I don't know how online you guys are like I am, but do you guys see the way that other fans and teams talk about the Guardians? They say that they play an annoying brand of baseball. And I take that kind of as like a compliment, but I feel like it's very true. Yeah, they're playing an annoying brand of baseball. But going on from that, do you think when we show up to Detroit to play the Tigers, do you think those players are thinking that? They're like, oh, Cleveland's in town and we're in trouble? Because I feel like that's how they've been playing this series.
I definitely think Detroit's looking over their shoulder, for sure. I mean, if you look at the way that they played in September and the way they played against Cleveland in this series thus far, they certainly look like they're looking over their shoulder. And, let me give you Carlos's team in the mid-'90s. That was a team that would just bash your heads in. So if you're a pitcher, you don't want to face that lineup. I mean, some of them, Sandy Alomar was hitting 9th for crying out loud. He would be a cleanup hitter in today's lineup. So that was one thing. But I will tell you, too, as a pitcher, and I never pitched professionally, but through college, and other guys that are my friends that are pitchers, the guys that they can't stand facing are the guys that as you classify, Gab, as annoying, or those guys that could put the bat on the ball and go the other way, or are willing just to take their singles. I talked to Bob Wickman in 2006. I did a feature on him, and I will never forget what Bob said when I asked him, Bob, in the 9th inning, bases loaded, 2 outs, who's the last guy you want to see stepping in that box? And he told me Michael Young. And he said, I'd rather have a guy that's trying to hit the ball 500 feet off me than a guy that's going up there just looking to hit that line drive, because that line drive hitter is going to beat me. Well, that's Stephen Kwan. To a degree, that's Jose Ramirez. Yeah, he's got power, but he's a guy he can make contact with so many different pitchers. And now some of these other guys that are coming around, like Rocchio, like Bo Naylor that we talked about, like Manzardo, like Schneemann when he's going well. These guys are – Keifa's a great example, Carlos. These are guys – that are willing to take what you give them right now and deliver a hit. They're not trying to do too much. So, yeah, teams that are annoying from a pitching perspective are really difficult teams to face.
And I have to say, Kyle Manzardo is being huge. Big hits, big homers. He stepped up when we need it, and he's been a big part of, this winning streak that we're having right now. He's been unbelievable. Manzardo got 26 homers, 67 RBIs, and I say to Gavin like 2 weeks ago, I hope that he finished with 25 homers and 75 RBI. He already had 26, and if he finished with 75 RBIs, that's going to be at least 9 more, 10 more. It's going to be huge for us, and it's going to be very, very special. But I'm going to say something. The guy that I need to step up, and yesterday he hit a homer, is going to be Arias. He was huge for us at the beginning of the season, bringing those RBIs. He and Ramirez was the one, fighting in there. I think if Arias get hot and Martinez, you remember at the beginning, Martinez, he got some huge hits for us. It's very important. But I want. Let's keep playing the guard ball. Let's keep playing the small ball, running the bases right, catching the ball. I think that's been big key too. Wow. Rocchio is been playing like an MVP player in the second half. I think the best thing that happened, went down to the minor league. He came back with the head ready to play, and he's been. What about Rocchio? Tell me about it.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's come up and he changed his approach at the plate a little bit. He looks, ever since he came up in July, I mean, he was batting 161 right around July 4th, so vast improvement with what he's done in the second half. You look at his approach in October where he was going up there. Number one, he was on it. He was on time when he was hitting. I think his approach, he got back to that in the minor leagues, and he's brought that up here now to the major league level these last two plus months. And then defensively too. I mean, Carlos, that's a transition that you made. I mean, you were pretty much a third baseman, but you played shortstop coming up with San Diego, and then you had to move to second base. And some people think it's an easy move. And while it's easier maybe to go from third or short to second than going from second to short or second to third, I mean, it's still not an easy move. You got to know that pivot. You got to understand the angles better. And I think that Brian Rocchio has done a fantastic job at learning that position on the other side of second base, much like you had to do back in the 90s.
It reminds me, Robbie Alomar, the way he's playing second base, and Jimenez. We have one of the two best second basemen that play in this organization, you know, and he's playing like that right now. And I remember when he went down, Gabriel Arias did a great job in shortstop. And I remember that I said to one of the office guys, I say, please, if you guys bring Rocchio, keep him in second base. And I know that he can play there because I watched Rocchio when he was 16 years old, when he came up, you know, to the academy in Dominican. Rocchio can play anywhere. He was the fastest guy that I say he's going to make it to the big leagues the quickest of anybody here because his knowledge of the game and stuff like that. He just need to be ready here because when he wasn't hitting, he went to his head and always put the head down. So I say, hey, you need to change that. Let's keep it up. Let's say hi to everybody, you know, and be ready for the game. So he's been doing that for us, and he's being special. I think we are, if God give us the opportunity today to beat Escobar, our team is going to go to another level. I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to be unbelievable. Right now, we play playoff. We are in the playoff right now, Gabby.
That's what it's like,
It feels like it, yeah. It definitely feels like it.
Yeah, so if Cleveland could beat Scooball today, I mean, you want to talk about panic setting in the Motor City. You're going to see some panic. They're going to talk about, well, you know, we're still 3.5 up. We're still in the driver's seat. We're fine. We're going to take it a game at a time. But no, Detroit is already, I've seen some cracks there. You can tell that the confidence level isn't the same that it was in May with that team or even into June. These last 3 months, the Detroit Tigers have been a fairly average baseball team at best. So it's been a while. They've been removed since they've had their dominance. If it gets down to 3.5, when you had a 15.5 game lead, they should have put this division away long ago. They haven't. So there's going to be a little doubt creeping in. Now, if Detroit wins today, they're a 5.5. It's going to be nearly impossible to catch them. Still could, but it's going to be awfully tough. But if they lose today to Cleveland and it's 3.5, man, these last 10, 11 games are going to be very interesting.
And they know it can happen because we've been winning in there 5 out of the 6 times. And the only time that we got beat, you remember, it was Scuba, they want to beat us. So I think it's going to be a huge game today. It's going to be awesome. And I hope that we get it. We get in there. And when we come back, Gabby, we need to talk about, Bibee. We need to talk about Bibee, how important it's going to be for us. Al, can you stay one more segment with us so we can talk about Bibee?
I'll stay one more segment. Absolutely. I'm having fun.
Thank you very much. Go ahead,
okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Tanner Bibee, a little more playoff predictions, and quick break. This segment was also brought to you by Smart Choice Baths. If your bathroom needs an update, the team at Smart Choice Baths has you covered. Whether you're looking to replace your shower or do a whole bathroom remodel, Smart Choice can offer the quality and expertise you will need to make that experience an enjoyable one. Be sure to check them out at smartchoicebaths.com or give them a call at 1-844-GET-SMART to set up your free estimate. Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gav Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and today we're joined with Al Pawlowski. Now, guys, before we left, we were going to talk about Tanner Bibee, so I think we need to. The beginning of the season for Tanner Bibee, we know, was a bit of a struggle, but over these last couple starts, I've been pretty impressed with what he's been doing.
I love it. I think he's the man. That's why we signed him in a multi-year contract. For me, he's the captain of our starting pitcher. He's the most experienced guy that we have in there. And I think that he want to put his record 11-11. He's 10-11 right now. Putting 11-11, it will be huge for us. He will be huge for him. And I just want him to pitch 6 innings. 6 good 6 innings, give us the opportunity to, to score some runs and beat the Detroit Tigers. And, his record against them is 2-3, 4.30 ERA. But I believe that he can do it. I believe he can do it. The last time he pitched really good. Mm-hmm. What do you think about it? What do you think? Oh.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the thing that's impressed me about Tanner Bibee is most of the season, number one, I thought he's had a lot of bad luck. He's had some errors behind him or some misplays, and he's gotten ahead of a lot of batters 0-2, and some of those guys where he got hurt the most and some of those home runs have come 0-2. Well, if I'm a pitching coach, that's much easier to get over that hurdle if you're getting ahead of guys 0-2 and figuring out how to finish them off than it is if you're going 2-0 constantly or 3-1 or you're constantly behind in the count, so you're struggling with your command. None of that was going for Bibee. It just seemed everything went against him that could. Now he's starting to put it together. He's definitely got his confidence. The kid is a fierce competitor. I mean, fierce, which is, as you pointed out, Carlos, why he's a great long-term sign. You don't ever have to worry about Tanner Bibee resting on his laurels or not competing the way some guys have to get those big contracts. That will never be Tanner Bibee. Yeah. And now that they're right in the thick of it down the stretch and they know they need him, and he's had the outings that he has, exhibiting the command that he has. I mean, his command has been so good in that complete game shutout. I mean, he was phenomenal. Against Detroit, day game with a lot of glare in that stadium. That's a tough ballpark when you've got a pitcher that's got some downward action on his pitches. I really think this is going to be a pitching duel, and I could see Bibee beating Skubal. I know that he wants to beat him in the worst way, and boy, wouldn't that be fantastic for this team to do that.
I mean, that definitely would be made for a great day. My thing that I like about Tanner Bibee is that I think he has the most confidence out of any pitcher that we have on this staff. And I feel like a lot of people should look at him, how he's doing that. Even if he's down like 5-0, he gave up 3 home runs, he still wants to stay out there. And I think that's pretty admirable as a player for him to be able to do that.
Ton of confidence from him. I agree. He's a guy that he knows he's got his stuff. He knows that if he just can get to that next pitch, even if the pitch he just executed wasn't what he wanted, he's always looking to that next pitch. Yeah, I agree, and he should have a lot of confidence right now. He's looking pretty good.
I love it. You know what? The last 3 outings that he got against Detroit, 2 or fewer runs against them. So he's been losing 1-0, 2-1 or something like that, but he's keep us in the game. And I think the way our opening is, I think he's going to be very huge. Something that I was watching here, getting ready, to prepare, for the show today. Our team against the team in the Central, 30-14. We play really, really good against the team in the Central, and that's important. And they know about it. We're going to face the Warriors. You better be ready. And that's what's going on with Detroit. They know every time what we did in the playoff last year, that was huge. And our guys have the confidence very high. I say, we beat this guy before. We can do it again. And that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, I agree. Playing in the division, it's key. You've got to win divisional games in order to, number one, even be in the chat for winning the division, and to really get in the playoffs, you've got to take care of business in your division. It's the teams you're going to see the most. And then remember that tiebreaker now, that secondary tiebreaker. So let's say, for example, and this still could happen, Cleveland ties Texas in the division. Now, Texas swept them in Texas. If Cleveland sweeps them here, it's going to be 3-3. Cleveland would hold the tiebreaker then in a 3-3. Now, they'd have to sweep Texas to get there, but because of that strong record in the division, they hold the tiebreaker against Texas and anybody else that they may tie with if the season series is even. So that's another small factor. You might think, well, will they ever get to that secondary tiebreaker? Well, believe it or not, the way this year's going, that certainly could happen.
It can happen.
Okay, guys, I have a playoff question for you. Hypothetically, the playoffs start today. The Guardians are in it. What would the playoff rotation look like? What would you want to see from the pitchers?
That's a great question because, Gavin has pitched so well all year. Bibee is looking like this ace down the stretch. So I don't want to take an easy way out, and I'll give you what I think anyway. The easy way out would be to say, okay, you might need these guys at the end of the regular season pitching on their normal in their normal turns, so it might depend on that, whether it's Bibee or Williams. Those guys are going to be your 1-2. There's no question about that. I mean, I think a slight lean still toward Bibee just because of his experience, because of what he's done in September. I think he's the guy you want to, and you want Gavin Williams backing him up. And I also just kind of like Bibee first, Williams second with their stuff. I think that flows pretty well. So I go those 2, 1-2, and then, for game 3, it's like, man, the way Cantillo's looked, you've got to give him consideration. Like Carlos has pointed out, Cicconi's looked pretty good all year too.
Yeah.
Man, it's that's a tough one. I might go with Cantillo just to get a lefty and a different look in there.
You also have
We
Parker Messick. I know he doesn't have the experience that these other guys have, but he's also looked pretty good
wow.
too.
Wow. You just mentioned a name that this guy's been
True.
unbelievable.
True.
You know, he's been pitching great. He's
Yeah.
been showing everybody he's not afraid. He's after people, that's something. You know what? God give us the opportunity to be in the playoff, because now if we get Messi and we get Seconi in the bullpen, our bullpen
Yeah.
is be stronger.
Yep.
So we can,
Yeah.
today.
And that's a great point.
Wow. It would be unbelievable. But I think the three guys, it's gonna be Gavin, Bibee, and Cantillo. I think those three guys are
Well,
the man. Yeah. Yeah.
And do you piggyback Messick maybe? Because he is the only reason I left him out was because he's a rookie. I mean, he's looked fantastic since he's come up. But do you maybe piggyback him? So let's say the other thing you could do is go in that third game. Do you start Ciccone with Messick or Cantillo waiting in the wings? That's another option that you have because they've looked so good. Put them in the bullpen, or do you just put them in the bullpen for an inning or two? Do you have a Messick or a Cantillo who's shown you they can throw out of the bullpen? Do you have those guys at the ready for when you need a guy in the fourth or fifth inning? Because generally, Vogt has gone to the bullpen earlier in October. So if that's the case, do you have those guys in the bullpen maybe to cover your middle innings?
And if this plays out how it should, the rotation looking like the last three starts are going to be Logan Allen, Ciccone, and Cantillo, which would make a perfect time for Tanner Bibee, Gavin Williams to go into a wild card game.
Oh my God, it would be perfect. I think
It's certainly yes. There you go.
Our bullpen's gonna be stronger. It's gonna be amazing if we go there. Let's make it first. Let's play the way we've been playing lately, and I hope that our team come back today. If we score right away, that's what we need to do. And I've been saying to Sandy, I say, Sandy, let's bond against him. Let's bond against him. Let's move him from the mound. You remember what we did to Randy Johnson? We started the game with 2 bunts. And he threw the ball away. Something happened, and we got in the head. We need to do that. We need to do that.
Yeah, and Randy Johnson was pretty mad at that, too. You're right. You got him off his game. I mean, which I think is funny. I mean, some of these guys are so into themselves, and I understand Johnson was a great pitcher, but, he felt, well, you should play a certain way against me. Well, no, Randy, we're going to try to win, and if that includes bunting, that includes bunting. Same thing with Skubal. Hey, look, you may be a Cy Young Award-type pitcher, but we're trying to win this game. It's not like you've got a no-hitter in the 8th inning and it's 5-0. All right, fine. We'll be swinging away. We're not going to bunt to ruin your no-hitter. But if we're playing in key games down the stretch in postseason games, be ready. Put that in their head that we might just bunt on you and make you get off the mound and field your position.
Don't let him be comfortable.
He doesn't shy away from emotion at all. Tarek Skubal, he's very animated on the mound. So if something starts to go in the Guardians' direction, you're going to know and you're going to see it.
Yeah. Yep. To finish it off, before you go, Jose Ramirez, keep putting numbers every day. Yep. He is unbelievable. I think when he finishes his career, and I hope that we sign him, we want 4 more years, guys. Mr. Dolan, 4 more years, please. 4 more years. He's going to be remembered one of the best players that play in this uniform for me. I don't know what you think about, my friend.
Yeah, 100%. The thing that really endears you to Jose is the fact that he wants to stay in Cleveland. He loves the community. He loves the organization. It's been a great fit for him. It's the only organization he's ever known. And unlike other guys who are chasing the last dollar, and I understand that, that's their right, and I don't blame them. I mean, you're only going to play for so many years. If you have a chance to make a ton of money, take it. And Jose is still making a ton of money, but that's where maybe he's a little bit wiser than some of these other guys too, because he understands that, okay, whether I'm making, I'm just throwing numbers out there, 150 million for 5 years or 250 million for 5 years. Hey, after taxes, you know what? I'm living the same lifestyle I would whether I'm making 150 or 250. It's not like 150 or 1 billion, right? So I might as well be somewhere I'm going to be happy. I know I can be productive. There's a comfort level with the organization and the staff. And that's what Jose Ramirez has in Cleveland. So to his credit, he put comfort, he put a place where he knows he can be successful over chasing the last dollar. That's allowed him to have all this success. So now he has a chance to completely rewrite the Cleveland baseball record books, which he's in the process of doing right now as we speak. And the other thing about Jose that you love is he hustles all the time. He does the little things. Watch him base running. He's not just a hitter. He's not just a guy that's swinging for the fences. He hits for average. He's got gap-to-gap power. He hits the ball out of the park.
Yeah.
He's probably the smartest base runner in the game. I mean, those are all things that go into making him a true MVP type of player. It's a shame that he hasn't won that award. He's always in the top 3 in voting, it seems, or always in the top 5. But when you talk about a most valuable player, that certainly is Jose Ramirez.
Let me tell everybody right now. I just saw here. I took a picture last night. In FWAR, he is number 4. Judge 8.8, second Riley, third Bobby Witt, and Jose Ramirez is number 4. So he's gonna be again on the MVP stuff. The first 5, he's gonna be in there. He's amazing. We are very lucky. I'm blessed to have a kind of player like him that play hard every day, and he want to be in the field no matter what. He want to be in there, and that's special, Gabby. I know that you watched it last night.
I know they won't let him swing the bat. They keep walking him. It was rude. It was his birthday. Let Jose Ramirez get his birthday home run like he wanted. They're just afraid of him. That's all I can say. They're just a little afraid of him. I would be too if I were pitching against Jose Ramirez.
How many intentional walks do you have? We have a lot of intentional walks too. He have more intentional walk than Ohtani have. He got more intentional walk than Judge have. That's scary right there.
Mm-hmm.
That respect.
Well, Carlos, when I was doing the Angels series, and I know you were doing it too, but I was in the booth with Arch, and Ron Washington said, look, first base is open, and Jose was on a real heater at the time too. I'm putting him on first base. You remember his lip reading? I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but basically he said, don't even mess with him. Just put him on first base. He did that multiple times with Jose Ramirez. I mean, that's the sort of respect that Jose has. They would just rather put you on first base, figure you can do less damage there than in the batter's box, especially when there's runners on base. If first base is open, I'm going against him. Yeah, I'm probably putting him on first base too.
I know.
Yeah, to me, guys, Jose Ramirez is going to be, to me personally, Jose Ramirez is going to be the best Cleveland Guardian of all time. But Al, I want to thank you for your time, for hanging out with us. Thank you for chatting it up with us. Carlos, you got anything else before we let him go?
God bless you, all the best. And Tuesday, fans, we want to be
we'll
there.
We'll see you at the ballpark. Right on.
Go to center field before the game. Say hi to Al. Say hi. Who's gonna be with you? Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez or Jimenez. Call him Jimenez. That's funny. We like to call him Jimenez, but yeah, Jimenez.
Jimenez gonna be there, center field. Go there before the game, and after the game, I have fun with my friend. God bless you, man. Thank you very much. An honor to have you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks,
That
Al.
sounds
We're
good.
gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the rest of the series for the Cleveland Guardians.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing, and same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com today.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, and Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga. Now, Carlos, we have 2 upcoming series coming up with some AL Central opponents. We'll see the Detroit Tigers again, but before we see them again, we're going to Minnesota. How do you feel about that series? 4-game series in Minnesota. We're getting not only Joe Ryan, Pablo Lopez is out there too.
Now Pablo Lopez came back, and I know we got our hands full, but we play good there. We play really good in Minnesota. You've been there.
I've been there, yeah.
Last time it rained, I think.
It did. I still have my ticket. Popped up in my phone today that said, you have a ticket for this game that got canceled. So if we want to go, I got a ticket for you.
I know. But you know what? I think we're going to win 3 out of 4 over there. 3 out of 4 is a good team, to play against Minnesota. And then come back home. We play Detroit and we play the Rangers. I always say, to be good, to be there where you want to be, you need to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see the schedule for everybody have kind of the same schedule.
Yep.
The Yankee, Boston, the teams, even Seattle. They have a tough schedule. So whoever play better baseball gonna win, and I hope that we keep playing the way we play. Our pitching staff is gonna be the key to keep us in the game, and then we can do the little things in there. What do you think about what do you think about the Minnesota series?
See, I'm reading this now. The only thing I'm concerned about is playing a doubleheader against them. We're not very good in doubleheaders. It's
I know.
actually pretty poor.
I know, but we need to play better. We
They've
need to
split
play
all
better.
4 this season. All 4
I know.
doubleheaders they've split. So let's try to get 2.
Yeah, we need it. We need it. We need to step up and go to the next level. And I say, who's pitching for us in those days?
Logan Allen, Parker Messick, Slade Ciccone, Joey Cantillo.
Good.
And then
Logan
we'll
is
have
keeping
Gavin
us
and
in the
Tanner back for the
game.
Tigers.
I know, but Logan is keeping us in the game.
Yeah,
That's
of
what
course.
he's been a big different tool for our organization. He's been really good. But we got Messi too. When Messi pitching the first game,
he is pitching second game against Joe Ryan.
No. I got it here.
Oh, he's the first game against Pablo Lopez. Yep.
Messi pitching Friday against Pablo Lopez. Slide Ciccone first game. Second game, Logan Allen. And Joe Ryan against Logan against Joe Ryan. And Joey Cantillo pitch on Sunday. That's what I see here. Yeah, that's what we got. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And then coming home, we got Bibee, we got all the guys.
Got all the good guys. Now, Carlos, let me ask you this: we're at the end of the season right now. They still have a chance to make the playoffs, but even if they don't, how important is it that these guys have been going out there playing the way that they are, looking like they want to be there, and they haven't given up on the season at all? They could have many times. They could have after the 10-game losing streak. They could have after the 8-game losing streak, and they could have again when Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase were out for the season. So how great is that to see these young guys just stepping up and continuing playing the way that they are?
It shows a lot of character, even though that they don't have that much experience. It shows that they care. It shows that our team is mature very quickly, and I think that we're doing a good job with the guys that we're bringing up. They get used to all their teammates, and I think that when you have guys, the sample is here. Juan play hard every day in left field. Jose Ramirez play hard, hitting, running to first base, stuff like that. So when you come here, you better play that way. If not, you're gonna be in the bench or maybe go back to AAA over there. So that's the key right there. Follow those guys. Follow the money. I think Stephen Buck be saying that, every day is being our veteran player. Even Hedges. Hedges Hedges playing unbelievable too for us. Calling the game, in the dugout, keeping everybody alive. It's been an unbelievable year. And I'm gonna say it again, and I said before, I never thought that we never get up after we lost 10 games. Never. I don't know if do you believe? Tell me, Gavin.
Did I believe after the 10 games that they would be in the position that they are in right now? No, I did not think that they would be playing competitive baseball, meaningful baseball in September. I thought we were going to be out of it by August. And I thought we were.
This is being super. That's why I want the fans to come back to the ballpark. Please come back to the ballpark. We need it here. But I think it's been to Bo Naylor. Bo Naylor, growing up in September, he's been unbelievable. Let's listen up of what he said, to my man.
Gritty win for the Guardians and Bo Naylor. Let's not talk about hitting, just to be able to navigate that lineup. They did a great job, I thought, against Williams by fouling a lot of balls off early. He navigates through that. You go through a bullpen that's a little tired. Just how does that work, even though the fans aren't that smart, they yell things like that?
I mean, it's just a matter of staying to your plan, I think that's something that we did really good today with Gav. Just continue to go out there, try to make pitches. They did a good job by, putting pressure on him, by spoiling some really good pitches. So, I mean, kudos to them for, making it hard. But, at the end of the day, our job was just to stay consistent, stay in the right headspace, and, not give in.
I love what Timmy did yesterday, Tim Herron, and then when he comes back today. What do you do for their confidence? You know what's going on with different guys throughout the season, but what do you do with the guy's confidence that maybe hasn't pitched the way he's wanted to this year?
I really just try to go out there and let them know how nasty they are. But that's me being a part of a huge group. The environment, the culture that we've created with this team it's so amazing. Everyone knows that, even in their moments where they're not going the best, they can lean on everyone else around them. And, I'm happy to be a part of that for anyone that's, been through tough parts of this game. We're all human. We're all going to have those moments. And, I think it's just amazing the type of support system that we have in that clubhouse. It's really what helps us continue to go through such a long season.
Speaking of that, Stephen Kwan last night had the 21 on his chest. and he brought you up being Roberto Clemente Award winner for this team. I'm only bringing this up because you talk about you guys as a team. Man, he was proud of you for that. He's proud that you got to wear that yesterday. Just how cool is that for me to tell you that your teammate was like, Bo deserves that, and I'm so glad I got to watch him have that on.
Oh, it's nothing short of amazing. I'm so blessed. I'm so fortunate to be, part of this group and to be able to share those special moments with them. Quan being one of the amazing guys on our team. He's been a huge help for me since I've come up here, just in helping me transition to, the type of role that I want to play and just understanding who I want to be as a player. And, he's one of many. So, I feel blessed, I feel loved, and I hope that everyone else on the team can say the same thing because it's truly a special group that we got in there.
You're going to give a short answer, so you do your thing. Driving in runs has been pretty good for you last week.
I'll take it.
I knew the answer would be short. Bo, keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Thank
Appreciate
you.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see what Bo Naylor can do at the end of the season, especially in a league where catchers have been struggling on almost every team. It's great to see a little bit of success going towards the end of the season.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good, and he's doing good. So keep going, keep doing what you're doing. And when he talk about Roberto Clemente, I want to say that I had the opportunity last Monday to do the game in Spanish for the first time. I did it for the Pirates. Roberto Clemente Day. I did it for the Pirates, and it went all over Latin America. And MLB Network do the game too for us. And it was a special moment, and I feel blessed that I was doing my idol. Roberto Clemente is an idol, not just for the baseball player, for the things that he do off the field, helping people. I think that's the biggest thing that you can do as a person, that you can help other people, and that was very special. I always say, and I want to say to the people here today, because this is very important. In life, the success is not measured by victory. It's by the impact that you have of life or the other, to connect with people, with countries, and to bring the values up where they have to be. Helping the young people, to get the dreams that they have in their life. So that's very important for me, Gabby.
Carlos, did you do that game in Pittsburgh? Were you in Pittsburgh for that?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was in Pittsburgh. I went there the whole weekend. I went there, and they give me an award on Friday. Was the gala. The gala, they give me the ambassador of Roberto Clemente, because they know that I did a lot of, things, helping, in Puerto Rico, and even Dominican, Haiti, Venezuela. Every time the hurricane or earthquake, something happened, I bring all my people, to bring food, clothes, and stuff like that. And my father teach me that when I was a little kid. I said, I want you to be like Roberto Clemente.
No, that's amazing, and congrats on getting the opportunity to be able to do that. That is awesome.
Thank you. Well, today, our man, PJ, is not with us because he's in Aruba. Let's listen to what he said to us, please.
Hey everybody, Always Positive J live from Flamingo Beach in Aruba, and as hot as it is here, our Guardians are even hotter with the second best team ERA since the All-Star break, only behind Milwaukee. Let's keep on winning. Let's get the wild card. Hey, maybe in the division. Back to you guys.
That was awesome. What an incredible background. I'm jealous of the scene. That looked great.
Boy, Gavin, you have to take a couple of days off too. You need to go to the beach.
I know, but I'm just a busy woman, hardworking woman over here.
I know how you are, and you're special. Happy birthday to you. I say at the beginning, I want to say today, happy birthday to you. God bless you, all the best, and I hope that God give you everything you deserve. Okay?
Thank you. And hopefully we get a birthday playoff push. I don't know. That'd be great.
My God. That's what we need. That's what we need. God bless you, everybody. Thank you for being with us in the Carlos Baerga Show. It was an honor, like always. Every Wednesday, we are very blessed to have you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.